Hey everybody, this is Tim Hart, branch manager of VanDyk Mortgage here in Fort Myers, Florida. Thanks for being with us and welcome to another episode of the HartBeat show for Realtors Podcast. Today, got with me Bill Risser from Fidelity National Title. Bill, how you doing, sir?
I'm doing great, Tim. Thanks so much for having me on.
Good. Well, you're a legend and we're happy to have you on here, buddy.
Legend. Yeah, I don't know about that. That's what
Jenna said. Jenna said you're a legend. We got to run with it.
Okay. Yeah, I get mad at the word like expert or guru, and the legend's a whole nother level. That's crazy. That's crazy talk, Tim.
We're taking the next level. Hey.
Okay,
so,
good.
Anyone watching this, we're here in Southwest Florida. And, Bill, that's a bulk of our business comes from real estate agents here in Southwest Florida. We want to always try to provide them value with this podcast. By the way, if you're watching this now and you're a realtor, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss other episodes like this. But Bill, I know one thing you're passionate about, and that's RPR. And we brought you on. We want to hear about it. So you want to first let us know about yourself and then take the reins and run with the RPR. Sound good?
Sure. Yeah. So I've been with Fidelity National Title 20 years. Started in Phoenix back in 2000. Ran a branch for 10 years, a very successful branch. And the things got a little slow in 2008. You remember those times, Tim? Were you in the business then?
Ooh, man. I've been in since 2001. I know those years.
You know those years. And so I had a little time on my hands, started playing with technology. I've always been kind of techie. And what I did is I put Wi-Fi in my branch. I didn't tell corporate. In 2008, they would never approved it. I just called Quest, had them come out. And then I started bringing agents into my conference room, and I would show them how to use Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. That's what I did. And so the way that I'd spend the first half hour, though, imagine this in 2008, I'd spend the first half hour trying to get them to log on to Wi-Fi on their laptop because nobody knew how to do that in 2008.
Right. 2008, I bet.
It was rough. So that led to me having more and more success building my branch. And finally, in 2011, we created this position I now hold kind of out of thin air. Now there's a few of me running around the country in the title space and the lending space that do what I do, which is I help our sales team connect better with realtors by helping those realtors be smarter with technology, realtors and lenders, right? So that's my role. And so one of the things I jumped on in 2012 was Realtors Property Resource, or RPR. It had been out for a couple of years. It was rolled out in Phoenix, where I was one of the first 12 MLSs to get access to this tool. And what RPR is a big data solution from the NAR, which they've gathered over 300 different data sources, and they just lay those over the top of the MLS. So now realtors have access to not just what's in the MLS, but a whole lot of other market data, demographic data, other things like drive times and heat maps on, how there's a market up or down or prices up and down, all kinds of great stuff. And I really embraced it. And when the mobile app came out about 4 years ago, it might be 5 now, this mobile app is the most underutilized tool ever in the history of real estate for realtors. Now that's a big bold statement, but I'll stand by it. Yeah. So I'll give you kind of a rundown of some, the uses of RPR. Number one, they have a desktop version that's fantastic, and it allows a realtor. And by the way, only realtors see RPR. You can't get on RPR. The only reason I can is because I'm a certified trainer. It's for realtors only. So no consumers are ever going to see RPR. It's their own tool. And I can go into RPR and I can identify an area either by a subdivision name or a zip code, or I can draw the old map like they do with the polygon search. And then I can do these different reports on that area. I can pull a market activity report, right? That shows me all the listings and recent listings, recent sales, pendings, a lot of information on prices and that sort of thing. I can also pull a demographic report. They call it a neighborhood report, which shows me things like, what are the age ranges of the people that live in this neighborhood, and how many kids are there, and what's the education level, and what occupations do they have. It'll even tell you, how did this area vote in the last presidential election, Republican or Democrat? So they've got a lot of data in here. And then one of the things that most people, when they think of RPR, is it's a CMA tool. So for a comparative market analysis of a property, I can go into RPR because the one thing about that RPR did well way before anybody else is every single property in the country is in RPR. So if I'm a realtor in Fort Myers, I can look at where I grew up in Michigan, and I can pull up the property of the house I used to live in Michigan, and I can see who owns it. I can see all the public record information. Now, a lot of companies do that. HomeSnap does that. Redfin and Realtor.com and Zillow do that. A lot of companies allow you to see public record information on properties all around the country. But RPR was the first, in my opinion. I'm pretty sure I'm right there. And so now when I'm going to go to a listing consultation, I can use RPR, pull up that off-market property, see all the information about it, and it actually walks me through trying to then create a CMA for that property. Like, what should this property list for? And this takes me to a point where I love this conversation. Everybody knows there are lots of websites that they like to assign a value to a property. They like to tell you this is what your house is worth. We know the most famous, Zillow, right? The Zestimate, the dreaded Zestimate.
Yeah.
You got Redfin, Realtor.com, once again, HomeSnap, Remine, RPR. It goes on and on and on. In fact, we do it. Our company, our data company, Black Knight, we assign values to every property in the country, like what we think they're worth. And I tell realtors all day, because they'll come into a tool like RPR, and the first number that pops up is the realtor valuation model. If they have enough data, they call it the RVM, and it's their guess on the value of the property. And look, there's no algorithm out there yet. There's no machine learning, artificial intelligence, data heavy algorithm that knows what the inside of a house smells like, or knows what's been done to the inside of the house in conditioning, or knows all about the neighborhood. It just doesn't happen. And that's why realtors, in my opinion, are never going away, because they're the ones who are going to go in there with their local knowledge, right? Look at RPR's guess at the value, and then RPR walks them through taking their knowledge and playing with that value to get it to where they think it should be, or where it should be when they go to have that conversation with the potential seller, right? So that's when most people think of RPR. That's the most popular way it's being used. I'll tell you, it's not like just push a bunch of buttons and get a number. You've got to think, you've got to work, you've got to do your comp analysis, you've got to do all that stuff. But it creates these amazing reports that are branded to the agent that are completely compliant with NAR. So there's no issues with any of the data. So it's really a well thought out tool. I'm rambling here. I'll let you ask a question and I'll continue to ramble.
No, you're good, because what's hilarious is you love this product and I've never heard of it. You know, and I'm saying it, and like I'm a little concerned that agents I know are gonna be like, God, you don't know about this? Like, but I've really never heard anyone even talk about it.
I think this is what happens, and I want to really stress this point. People hear about it, they see it. It's kind of complicated at first. It's not super intuitive. You got to bear down, focus, and learn how to use it. And I think many agents get in there and they go, well, first they'll see the RVM on their own home, right? And it's off by 40 grand. And they go, this thing is stupid. They're not even close to my value of my home. And I laugh. I go, so your sample size is 1 out of 150 million. And you're making a decision on this tool that NAR is spending roughly $15 million a year to bring to you. It's part of your dues. So that part of it's frustrating, because you've got to do the work and you can't rely on those RVMs. Everybody knows estimates are off, right? We know that all these valuation models are just guesses. It's your expertise that's going to take that guess to where it needs to be. And I think agents don't get that message clearly at the beginning and the first time they see it, and they just forget about it and never go back. And so it's my passion is to get them involved in this tool, especially the mobile app, which I'll talk about next.
Yeah, I was about to say, so like, what do they need to do? What's your advice to them to have a successful start, you know, to get it going and use it properly?
So I would say start small. I would say, first of all, you just go to narrpr.com as a realtor and walk through the process to sign up. They have wonderful support staff. They're all in Omaha, Nebraska. They're there, 24 hours, 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. Just call them up. They'll get you going. And then get the app, download the RPR app to your mobile device. And this app is amazing, right? I think it's if I was a realtor, I would use that probably over the MLS app. It's so well done. And it allows me to do things like with the tap of a finger, right? I can just one tap I can now send my contact information over to a consumer, which is cool. We can do it other places, but it's built into this app. I can also go into the app, hit one button, and call the agent on the listing I'm looking at. It'll just pull it up. I can then take notes. Imagine you're touring a property, previewing a property, or even you're walking a property with a buyer, and there's a note section that's tied to the property you're in. So you pull up the property that's the listing you're in, and I can do these notes multiple ways. I can type them with my thumbs. I don't do very good there. I can hit record and dictate the notes into the app. I can take photos of the property and, add those as notes to this property. Or I can even record an audio message that I can listen back to. I can just record an audio note where I can just
And that's
play
within the app while you're looking at a property?
within the app while you're walking around the property. Think about that. And so very powerful to, if you're working with investors or just any buyer, to be able to have all these notes and then send a report to that consumer that has the notes attached to the report. And the report is a nice look at the property. They have a seller's report and a buyer's report, or a property report. They have a mini property report. If anyone listening is into RPR, the mini property report is your friend. It's 10 pages of pure gold for somebody interested in purchasing a property. It's there. It's branded to you. It's ready to roll once you get your account set up. But my favorite trick, and this is straight out of the RPR world, the blog world that they have, is imagine working an open house, and we're going to get back in open houses probably again sometime, or even somebody wants information, right?
I see them happening right now.
Yeah, they're there, and just being contactless and careful, right? So if you imagine this mini property report, and we're on a podcast here, so it's not something I'm going to show you, but it's a 10-page report. The cover page is all branded to you, and it's got a lot of great information on the home. And you print one of those. They're full color, beautiful. And maybe you put a couple of notes on it. Just put some notes on it. And it's sitting there at your little display of business cards and some information. And somebody sees that report. They've looked at the property. They're interested. They see that report and they go, wow, can I take this? And you're going to say, this is kind of salesy here, Tim, but you're going to say, oh, that's my last one. Could I just text it to you?
Ooh, I like it.
What are they going to say? They're going to say, sure, right?
Yeah.
And I can see the lender in you going, oh, I'm going to get a phone number that's the real phone number, not the one in the guest register that they wrote down and maybe missed by a digit, right? So the ability in
867-5309 number they gave you
too many times, right, Jenny? All right. So there's on this app, it is 3 taps of the screen, and you're saying, what's your phone number? And then you're texting them that 10-page report you printed one copy of directly to them. And now they have in their phone this beautiful PDF, very mobile friendly, with all branded to you, right? They can share that with other people. Hey, look at this house we looked at. And there's your information being shared all over the place. Look, trying to solve the mobile app and getting, discovered, via that piece. It's been around for the last 4 years, maybe 5, with the RPR mobile app. That the ability to just grab reports. And here's the beauty. That app, whenever you run a report or do a search or look at a property or add notes, it saves them in a folder called Recent for 30 days. So I counsel realtors all day. If you're going to do an open house, run that mini property report. Okay. And then go ahead and run a mini property report for every other property in the neighborhood. Because does it ever happen? Because once you run them on your computer, they're on your phone instantly, and they're going to stay there for 30 days. So you got a couple open houses to get through. And does anyone ever come into an open house and say something like, hey, this was close, but we needed a 4-3. We thought this might work. Yeah. And you're going to, your neighbor, your market, and you're going to go, well, did you see the one you passed on that one corner? That's a 4-3. In fact, I've got it right here in my phone. You pull it up. You go, here's some picture. Can I send this to you? I'll text it to you. What's your phone number? And then now you're texting them a mini property report for one they didn't even look at yet. So this tool is incredibly powerful. You're going to become the most tech savvy realtor anyone's ever run into, and you do not have to be tech savvy. You just need to get some training on it and practice. So
I would imagine that also, this is on everyone's MLS.
Just about everyone has this. This has been around for so long. The only MLS in Southwest Florida I don't know that doesn't have it is Sanibel Captiva. Everybody else has RPR. Yeah.
And I got to imagine there's like video training and stuff like that, right?
So if you go to narrpr.com/blog, you'll be able to see not only videos, but webinars, live webinars, recorded webinars, white papers that just explain it. If you like to read, it's one of the best support sites I've ever seen for a, they call it, software as a service, right? For a SaaS site. I've never seen a better support system than what RPR has built. So yes, there's no excuses for not using this tool. There are tons of if you just Googled RPR mobile app on YouTube, you're going to pull up a ton of videos showing how to use that app. So one of them might be mine. I don't know.
Probably. Well,
Yeah.
Bill, you got anything else to add to the RPR story? I think you gave them a lot. They can start, looking forward and see if it fits their business. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm just going to say this. I'm just going to be honest. If you're making a big mistake, if you're a realtor and you're not embracing the mobile app for RPR, so go get it. Go find some help. If you need help with getting it going, just get started. Call them up, get it going. If I was a realtor, it would be the first thing I do after I got my license.
And they're already paying for it anyways, right?
It's in their dues. Yep. It's already there. It's already yours for free. So,
well,
yeah.
Awesome. Bill, I appreciate it. And, any agents out there that, are going to start using it that I know, let me know how you do. I want to know. I'd be interested to see how it works for you. And Bill, if these agents are listening to this and they want to connect with you, let's tell them about your podcast and wherever else they can connect with you. Okay.
Sure. Bill Risser, just Google my name. Everything pops up. So reach out on your favorite social site. I check them all, and except maybe not TikTok, but I guess,
You're not doing the TikToks, Bill?
No, I have an account because I had to know what it was about, but probably not going to be there. And but my podcast is called The Real Estate Sessions, and it's where I interview industry leaders. I've been doing it for 5 years, 250 plus episodes. It's been a lot of fun. And so you can always find me there as well. The Real Estate Sessions, wherever podcasts are found, or at therealestatesessions.com.
Cool. Guys, and just like Bill, this podcast we put out is available on Spotify, iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, and a lot of other places where you may listen to it, and on video, Facebook and YouTube. So make sure you like, share, and subscribe. That stuff, it always helps me out. I am a mortgage lender. Quick, shameless plug. One thing we are doing is 24 months business bank statement loans for self-employed borrowers. It allows that borrower to give no tax returns, and we use our average deposits as income. It's a great tool for you to have. We have a 12-month one as well. So that one's just kind of coming back into the market. If I can ever help you or any of your buyers out, give me a call. I'll give you my cell, 239-910-5668. And again, appreciate you watching and listening. And thank you very much, Bill. Thank you, sir, for your time. Appreciate you.
Thanks, Tim.
No problem, guys. And you take care. See you later.